Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the first session of the Tales of Exandria. This is the same Taldori campaign, more or less, but now they are spreading their influence far and wide. It is being converted to the Tales of Exandria. Before we jump right into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements to make, but we're going to blast through this as quickly as possible. You want to support the channel, please consider checking out any of our media sources. Want to support the channel even more and join our community, join our Patreon. It is the second of the month, so hey, that's a good time to join us. But yeah, outside of that, let's recount what happened. Back in Taldore, the party found out about an awakened foe. One who has been forgotten to time and to written history here in Exandria. Borvik was his name. This entity was a previous servant and potentially more than that to the Raven Queen for her ascension to godhood. He seemed to come with the Raven Queen and all of the other deities from some faraway, unknown land to the rest of you. Though through his betrayal, he was buried as a secret, splitting his soul into two parts. One, the malice and the hatred, and two, the kindness and the joy. The one part was sealed away, deep within the ruins of a note. The other, left to be tormented for all of existence, staring at all of the crimes that Vorvik committed against the humanoid and the mortals. The party was given the responsibility to take him out. The Raven Queen having only the option to converse with Dorzan about splurging or splicing his essence and destiny. You managed to discover how to do this, though it was a very tedious task and one that was going to be incredibly difficult. Now, traveled, you adventured into the Ivory Heart thickets, and you fought him. And through a grueling battle, one of your allies died, being unable to come back to Dorzan. However, you were successful in quelling his essence with your own, since it was cut in half. Krissa allowing the other half to not bend to the will of the one that you were fighting against by choosing to stay with him the rest of his punishment. And if she is to leave that area, Bordvik can come back and fight you for dominance over. Now, as the last means to the ritual, you had to experience the final thing that Bordvik experienced. That was death. Jimmy, being the last person to wait for Dorzan as he destroyed the throne of Vord, saw the Raven Queen approach them. Saw Dorzan die. And though he was skittish about the Raven Queen, suspicious of her, she did give him the choice to bring Dorzan, shedding her final tear of a celestial, being able to bring him back to life. And when you did so, you saw that you were not just simply reviving the essence of Dorzan, as it were, you were reconstructing it. And as you started doing this, you started noticing how you can do this in more ways. How to splice the body, how to cut it up and change it as you need through the essence itself. And when Dorzan came back to life, this Asimar form had overtaken. Now, the party went back to Aman learning about what transpired here during the war, during the fight, since they were the infiltration mission. It turns out that Pike had lost her life during the battle. Though none of you were able to ask why, as none of the few remaining Vox Machina wished to discuss. After all of this, you were beginning to become hailed as heroes, despite the fact that some of you didn't quite feel that way. Honorath found a new journey that he wished. He wanted to help people who were stricken with lycanthropy and see if he can't show them how to control themselves like he controlled them. Sir Uric decided that this adventuring thing might not be for him, and so decided that he's going to start settling down. Maybe even start a family. Now, the few remaining party members, Jimmy, Ace, and Dorothy, they spent a little bit of time together, but inevitably went their separate ways in the Ace not wanting to have to be stuck in the situation where he felt where he felt like he wasn't able to help as much. Decided that he's going to learn how to fight much more, and joined every single fighting pit he could across the vast world of Exandria. Dorzin begun doing some research. How to walk on two legs. How to not be taller than everybody. Like, it's just an overall a strange experience. You have to, like, squat to go to the bathroom now. It's just weird. You don't just do it as you're walking. Kind of odd. But you did a few other choices that were not. And Jimmy started up his own business in Iman. Jimmy, what's the business they call it again?
Deconstruction Works.
Yeah, it apparently does. And this business is flourishing with Jimmy's amazing and profound knowledge of construction of magical items. It is a very, very interesting thing. He makes items quicker than any shop can provide them, to a certain degree. And he sells them just as quickly, having it being functioned and ran by Lyceum students who are doing work relief. Though Jimmy, not being the corporate fraud that he is, does still pay them. Though he could get away with saying, internship.
They're his student athletes.
Yeah. Athletes. Tempt it? What are we tempting with fate? You gotta give me a sentence, bud. But anyways. Jimmy was doing more research. As was Dorzin. And Dorzin found out that, the last thing that he knows about this ritual that happened, and the last place he could go to search for information would be Vasselheim. Hoping that buried in the ancient, old chapel, there might be something to find. And Ace, knowing that there's glorious fighting pits out there, went with him. A few months later, once Jimmy felt comfortable with his research and his business, he joined them as well. Having to, obviously, make all of the commissions that were paid for him. Given what just transpired outside Iman, the average everyday person is looking to spend all of their life savings for remedial protection, if they can help. Now, in Vasselheim, the party started doing more research and more fighting pit. Jimmy discovered that, to his surprise, He's okay in Vasselheim right now. He doesn't seem like he's in immense danger immediately, which is a pretty okay thing for him, considering how he felt previously. And Dorzen, the last bit of research that you were able to discover is, though the information on Vordovik's circumstances and how to get rid of a curse from a god, pretty much, is not going to be given away by any of the churches. There is still one option. Slayer's Take. Though this organization does not care who you call yourself, what you've done with your history, to them you have to prove your might. You have to prove to them that you are worthy, and if you can do so, maybe you can speak to the Sphinx, who's the ruler. The creature who's been alive since before the calamity. Your next option for gaining information. The Sphinx is a secret, yes. However, when you roll that fucking high and dedicate a year of research into it, you discover secrets. Every secret gets leaked out once in a while. But anyways, we begin 51 weeks into all of it. Dorzen, Ace, and Jimmy. The three of you have been continuing your researches, continuing your fighting, and continuing your construction separately. But you all feel like, given how close you are to having to return to On, you may want to begin. So we begin with the three of you eating breakfast. Dorzen, you finally grasped sitting in chairs. Got this down.
You know, you shouldn't slouch that much. It's not good for your back. Like,
He speaks the truth.
are you feeling okay?
Miss having my spine being longer than this. Didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you did lose like half of your body, I guess. That's pretty rough.
You are really soft. I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
I'll try this, speaking directly into the microphone.
Perfect.
Yeah.
At least we can hear you.
Do you normally eat that many eggs at breakfast, Ace? I mean, that's like half a dozen, and
I've been trying to eat more protein and on the healthier side lately. Got to keep the energy up, you know? You never know when incidents might happen.
I bet I could eat 50 eggs.
not another competition. No, you guys, the last time Ace was in the hospital for days. Can we just eat breakfast, please?
Well, I don't know about days, but yeah, I think
Well, you were wooing that one nurse, and I thought it was kind of weird, but
it was nice being in there for a few. And Dorzen, I bet I could eat those 50 eggs faster.
Doesn't make a Cool Hand Luke reference, but okay, let's do it.
Shall we do that? How about tomorrow? Or do you need some time to prepare?
Need time to get and cook the eggs, so tomorrow will be fine.
I suppose you guys remember what next week is.
Yeah, we're getting kind of close. Be kind of nice to see some of the old, friends. I haven't seen Canneroth in a long time. I saw Yurik a couple weeks ago. He seemed to be doing good with the family.
Oh, good, good, good. So he's happy, and has he gained weight yet?
Yeah, he had a boy actually. I don't know if he told you, but
Oh, fabulous.
I'm just gonna keep throwing out canon stuff. You guys got to deal with it.
Yeah, sure.
No,
Did you
Yurik
hear
did
about his
determine.
mistress?
Yeah, he did determine he had a boy, though. I'm not making that up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
true.
Even his
Maybe.
horse Bastion has similar tastes. Like he's got his wife horse as well as a mistress centaur of all things.
I think in that case, Bastion's the mistress.
Also, he's put on a beard. Just so he can walk around
Bastion
saying...
has?
No, no, you're...
I do have copies of my play that I'd like you guys to read about our adventure. I brought one for each of you. Let me know what you think and give it back in time. Whatever, when you finish. And I'll hand both Dorzen and Jimmy a copy of the play I'm working on.
This is
Very
awesome.
adventurous.
I haven't read anything for fun in quite some time. How thick is it?
It's pretty
What are we
thick.
talking?
It's. I mean, it's not like War and Peace thick, but it's decent
It's a
size.
Shakespearean novel.
Yeah, and it leaves out obviously Ayun's secrets and whatnot, or it hints to things. But
Is it written like a stage play, or is it written more like a novel?
It's written like a stage play, except for it's kind of a cross between. So, it's probably actually more like a novel, but it has like musical verses in there. More like Tolkien, I guess. How he would have the poems and whatnot interspersed.
What's in the epitaph?
It's not complete.
You've been working on this. They need to know.
It's a
Yes.
manuscript, right? It's not like
Yeah.
a finished product. So.
Yeah, it's not a finished product. He just gave it to you guys for your future input, so he can make it the perfect Iliad or Odyssey or
The thing that Hollywood keeps burning in its furnaces: young writers' scripts.
yes. Dorzen, would you I'm thinking after would you guys want to go back for the I don't like to use the word anniversary, that seems strange, but would you like to go back a little early, or were you planning on just going a day or two before I can take us? I know it's still a tough subject.
But where would we stay if we went early?
I'm sure we can either get Yorick to help us. If not, I can get us a room at one of the taverns there, I'm sure. Well, think on it. We don't have to.
Jimmy, what do you think?
I mean, it's a bit early. We haven't been here too long, but I'm actually I have been able to find some information here in Vasselheim that I haven't come across elsewhere in Amon.
Oh, interesting.
It's been a little helpful.
Ace kind of looks around. Is there? Where are we sharing breakfast at, Jero? Are we like?
Well, Dorzen has been spending his time inside of the the Raven Queen's church. So he met up with the two of you at a local tavern that you just perform at.
Okay. Do you want to go over some of your research later on in a much better, more secluded location?
Why secluded? No, I've got all my research. We can go over it whenever.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. I just didn't know if there was anything in there that you didn't want available to open ears.
Oh, he just like looks around the tavern absentmindedly. I mean, I don't think it matters. Well, there was a couple things. Been doing a lot of research, about the situation with Prissa and trying to come up with something that might help us bring her back in some way. And one of the things I came across, there might be something out in this place called Jorhas. There's like this object, this weird thing that everybody there seems to worship that has to do with like taking souls and like reincarnating them. It seemed very similar to what happened with Dorzen.
As interesting as that sounds, her soul is still not free to move on.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, that's just like one part of it. Like, a soul is one thing, but like, I'd want to try to get back the full Prissa if we could, because we don't even have the body.
Oh crap! Yeah, what happened? I forgot about Prissa's body. What happened to that?
We'll say Sir Yurik has been keeping it preserved in his basement.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, I was just
Well,
about
I mean,
to say.
somebody had to. Or, all right, she was left in the middle of the area, and now she's rotting
No.
with fungus
No,
growing
I-
over her. Like,
no,
what
I
do you
get that.
want?
It's just
Like,
I just imagine like
I
some...
would figure she would have an internment plot somewhere and have a proper like,
Or it could be in a
burial.
crypt. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could have her in a crypt type thing, and then we.
But like
do the
in
burial
somebody's
part.
basement? No, that's not where I think it would be appropriate to have Prissa's body.
Well, I mean, you also gotta remember this too with resurrection stuff. Like, I think revivify, of course, is 1 minute. Raise dead is like 10 days, and then otherwise you need like true resurrection, I think.
But
There's
does
one for, like,
does
after a few
Prissa?
months, but we're past that.
So kind of to everybody, does Prissa have a tomb, a grave, a spelunker, a site?
I'd say she was interred properly somewhere in the Temple of Sarenrae beneath it.
What about the Lyceum? Do they have like a set aside plot in Amon anywhere?
not necessarily.
No.
No, it's more like if you're a high enough standing noble, you get your own place, a plot inside of the noble area. But for general Lyceum members, fortunately, they don't have that type of allocation.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarenrae is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you guys,
That's fine by me.
yeah, if you guys want to do that, you're more
Yeah.
than welcome to do so. We can say that Sir Yurik has been kind of handling that over the past year. You know, setting up a beautiful site and setting it up properly, sanctifying the grounds, making sure it's tended to. Since he is stationary, it makes sense that he can do that over the course of.
Yeah.
Would you have sanctified for every day for you, just to make sure that this ground is protected?
Yes.
Very well.
Unless it was already sanctified.
Well, I mean, like, the grounds themselves are kind of like, they're holy grounds, but you're casting, like,
Yeah.
none shall pass type of magic.
Yeah.
Nothing is allowed to come in here in like, one of these.
Yep.
So if you're not human, you can't come in.
Yep. Or horses can also come in,
Of
but
course,
not half horses or centaurs, as they're.
Yeah, that's kind of. But yes.
Start casting awakening on horses, and then have your own religion.
Just troll Sir Yurik. He can bash you.
His worst
I mean-
nightmare.
Let's
Well,
do
I mean,
it.
If any,
Let's do it.
actually, if anything, Bastion would be like, so, Yurik, thank you, man. You've been
Yeah.
a real bro.
I know, bro. I'd give him a high five. Or
High hoof.
high hoof.
He tries to high five you back, but he accidentally kicks you.
Yeah.
But anyways.
That's,
I'd just like to clarify something. That Bastion was the final gift I got from my brother before he died, so that's sort of why it's a bit of an extra attachment.
Okay.
nice.
Backstory related.
Yeah, and only
Nobody
one
ever
person in this
Nobody
party
ever
knew it.
asked Sir Yurik how he feels.
No.
No.
Prissa asked,
We'll
and
just-
she knew.
What's his mother's name?
Ashley.
That's
So that's all the research I really came up with that I think is going to help us if we're trying to get them back. I've done some other research with like Mitch, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to help us given this situation. Yeah.
And Dorson, how have things been going with you?
I've been adjusting. Just looks at his 2 legs.
Well, you did a good job in the pits the other day with me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So your legs seem to be decent, unless you were. Maybe that's how you unbalanced me. I don't know. Maybe it was luck on your end.
Dorzen, you did manage to set up a meeting, enter into the Slayer's Take. Apparently, they have a large recruitment phase that's happening today for adventures around Vasselheim, surrounding area. I mean, to you, being recruited seems like a pointless task because you yourself in your own life, but they have their system in place for a reason, so that people who are just born rich and born with magical items aren't just allowed to walk up there and go, I'm an adventurer today, and get everyone else with them.
So no Taryon Darringtons.
Yeah, Terry would have had to have proven himself, which is why he just made his own club.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he did
Hookers and
actually have
cocaine.
to prove himself with Vox Machina.
Right,
and he brought that into his
I'm
own
gonna
thing
make
as
my
well.
own club with blackjack and hookers.
But yeah, that whole recruitment thing begins today.
Well, our best shot at finding answers would start today. They're opening their doors for new recruits at the take.
Interesting.
I know not how they will test us, but I do know that they do not give out any favors. We will have to each prove ourselves to them.
Sounds like a challenge. I've been getting a little antsy and needing to do more lately. How is it too late to sign up for the challenge, or
Apparently, it starts today.
If they have something that could help us out, I'd be more than happy to help you, Dorzen. I don't really have anything else going on today. I mean, I was just going to. He holds up the thick screenplay of Aces as just gonna, kind of look over this. I mean, I still want to. He turns back. Ace, it's just, if this might help us, it could definitely take priority.
oh, definitely, and it would give us something more to add to. Ah, I see a trilogy. This could be book 2. Beginning. Let's see. This just might be the best news I've heard in a while.
Thank you very much.
What's a trilogy?
Three books. So the one that I gave you would be part 1, and then there would be a second book, and then a third going into my retirement. If I should be so blessed.
I mean, you figure you just make one book good enough and you put everything in there, right? That's
Yeah,
what
but
this
then
is?
Well, yeah. Think of it as each book is a large part of the story, so you make it so it's portable, and you take each chapter so you bring with you.
Huh. But then maybe people will like one of them better than the others, and then you're just gonna have a bunch of people arguing over which book's the best. It doesn't seem like a great idea. But maybe, I don't know. I haven't read a trilogy before.
We'll give it a shot, and I think as long as I don't go the route of some lesser known writers that made prequels, we'll be okay.
So what time do we have to be there, Dorzen? Are they punctual, or?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, then we should head over there now.
Breakfast?
Yeah, after Ace takes a drink of his pomegranate smoothie.
Okay, give me a couple minutes. I gotta go and grab some things, and Jimmy will rush up to his room and start just collecting
Everything.
all of his,
He'll
the room.
give you
he
20
collects.
minutes.
I need a short rest to take this. Yeah,
I'm surprised you don't have like a retraction button at this.
Yeah.
be nice.
That should be your
We
next.
need to get. I was thinking we should get Jimmy a portable hole so he can just sweep everything in the hole. And
Keep the hole open, go in himself, and start.
I mean, Jimmy has those. They're just not permanent, and that's the problem. He would have to, yeah.
So, the three of you walk out. As you enter into the streets of Vasselheim and walk across the snowy landscape of... It is late summer, almost fall right now, but in Vasselheim, that equates to snowy landscape. Everything's always cold. The tundrous area, it's always filled with a quick, sharp wind that can streak through at any moment. You've adjusted your outfits accordingly, each of you having a bit puffier of a jacket thrown onto yourselves. Dorzen, not having a horse body, you have to wear pants. And you don't know why you didn't start wearing them sooner, because it saves you a lot of headache. with the winter and the random breeze where you just go, oh, okay. But anyway, you continue walking across the landscape, looking around the centralized city that you are in, seeing all of the different passing by them very easily, very smooth. Periodically, people stop and wave at either Ace or at Dorzin. Jimmy, thankfully, nobody recognized yet. And as you are moving to make it a little bit closer to the outskirts of Vasselheim, the northern reach. And as you walk out there, you see a castle built into the side of a mountain. The vast, tall, standing towers attached to the sides of it, both fortified and beautiful. The lovely tapestry mythology of a cross that has crescents on each of the 4 limbs, accenting the Slayer's take. As you kind of approach close, see that there's many people walking up. And Ace and Jimmy, you look at the 200-300 stairs leading up to the and kind of sigh. Dorzin kind of like stairs now. You could do them. They're easy. Considering how hard that was for you previously. Now you're like, yeah, stairs.
Ace looks at Dorzin and sees Dorzin smile. But I can beat you to the top. Want to wager gold?
And go, and I go.
Okay, both of you roll athletics checks.
Guys, wait for me.
Jimmy, go ahead and roll as well.
I'm not trying to race. I'm just trying to keep up, man.
But
I'll roll
comedy.
up. Sure.
You
That
get a
is
nat
1
20.
gold for Dorzin.
As the 2 of you are running up there, Jimmy, you reconstructed Ouch, right?
I mean, plenty of times, but
Yeah.
This is all Jimmy, because
Okay.
Ouch can only move 20 feet a turn, even. So
As-
there's no way.
As the 2 of you are like running up the stairs one at a time, Dorzin, your instinct tells you stare at the stairs as you're doing it. You're like, yeah, I'm doing it. And Jimmy, you just start jumping up like 2 or 3 at a time, bounding.
I'm using the puff pack. I'm just flying up there.
Oh,
That's
fine,
what's
fine.
happening here. So yeah, I have to justify it some way. They both have a greater speed than I do.
But somehow, as the 2 of you like, yeah, cool, good job. You look and Jimmy's already been seated up there.
I can't keep up with you guys if you're always gonna be doing that. He puts the pack away.
And as you're kind of like turning to move around, Jimmy, you turn and without noticing, slam your face into a very soft surface. And when you look at it and look all the way up, you see what appears to be an ogre standing up here that looks down at you.
Hi.
Oh, sorry about that, everybody! A little person from the other side runs around and goes, just ignore him, he's perfectly fine. You see this very tiny gnome, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, with huge hulking glasses. Sorry about that. Everything's good. Just chill down, buddy.
Why does he sound like Stitch?
I don't know.
That's what gnomes sound like, man.
Gnomes sound like whatever voice I can make that makes you want to make me stop sounding like.
Little do you know, I like that voice.
Are we?
I think it should be more extreme.
This is the Slayer's take, correct?
yeah, buddy. We're right here.
Okay, well,
Are you guys
well,
gonna enlist too?
you're enlisting. You're not. You're
Yeah!
not with them. Oh, okay.
No, we're recruitees. You look at the gigantic ogre and then down at the tiny gnome.
How tall is this ogre?
Roughly about 10 feet.
Ah, the two of you seem to balance each other out well.
Yeah. We're really good friends.
Well, fantastic. Have you,
Well, my name's Jimmy. It's nice to meet you.
Jimmy, good to meet you. My name is Mighty. Takes your hand.
And
My-
your friend?
Balls.
Mighty Smalls.
Appropriate name.
Don't
Jimmy
know
will
why.
like reach up after shaking the gnome's hand and try to.
Smalls just puts his finger and pushes against your arm.
Good to meet you.
I told you, we're fitting really good here.
You do. I'm Ace Stormrider. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, Stormrider. Nice to meet you. Takes your hand. Ah, this is fun. We meet so many cool people.
I am Dorson.
You look like you take yourself very seriously.
Yes.
Cool. So do I. And like as he puts his fist down, he like pushes up his biceps, which aren't there.
Yeah.
So, what
So-
are you guys looking to do? Are you here to kill dragons?
Is that what we're doing, Dorson?
We are doing whatever task they deem we need to do in order to join. So
Do
it
they-
could be a dragon, it could be a kraken, it could be anything.
Oh.
You know, Jimmy, I hear that, they're doing amazing things with dragon skills these days.
It's 3
Have
level
you-
14s against an ancient dragon.
Have you, had much experience with scales?
I've never seen a dragon. I've seen like a tooth before, and that was enough.
I know
Oh.
a dragon.
Don't worry about it. Dragons are easy.
It was bigger than my head.
We've taken out dragons, just the two of us.
Oh, fantastic. I'd love to hear that story.
Insight check that
Go for it.
statement.
Ow.
Natural 2029.
He is not lying.
Oh,
Holy shit!
Yeah, just the two of us. We killed the dragon. However, you went to ancient dragon. They killed like an adult dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Like as a
still
player,
impressive.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, see, we have this really cool tool. Here, help me up. And you watch as the big guy lowers his arm that has like step ladders on it all the way up to the shoulder platform. And Jimmy, as the big guy turns around, you notice his shoulder actually has a trebuchet attached to it with a loaded ball, gigantic metal ball.
Wait a minute, is this that one character?
I've had this character, these characters constructed for so long. It's similar, but it's not them.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, we got this thing here, and like when I aim and adjust, I just aim this way, and he's like holding the hair of the ogre, and boom, it goes flying off in the distance.
that is pretty amazing. Did
Yeah.
you make that yourself?
I did. I am the world's greatest artificer.
Now
I mean, that's
Jimmy is
pretty-
triggered.
Jimmy's just enjoying the device. He's like walking around and taking a look at it. I mean, I would guess there's nothing arcane about this. Does it seem just mechanical in nature?
Roll a tinker's check.
Sure. Tinker's tools.
Yes,
What attribute?
intelligence.
Okay. it's going to be with Dex. Just add a +1.
My cabbages.
So, 18.
Okay. There is an arcane attribute to the actual contraption. You see that attaches over towards like an eye socket over top of what do you call it? Mighty's eye.
Smalls, right? The ogre?
No, Mighty is the no.
No. Okay.
Yeah, Smalls is the ogre. He has this like monocle over his eye that like has like an adjusted angle, and you kind of look at it and go, "Oh wow, that's like eagle sight." I think I know that one. However, the trebuchet itself is just a trebuchet.
That's what I was
altered to his shoulder. He uses the eye connected to the trebuchet to estimate the trajectory of how to shoot it properly. And because it's attached to an ogre, he doesn't care about kickback.
That is really nice. You guys have to be an amazing team to be able to pull off the working of that device.
Yeah.
I take it he doesn't move or anything, right?
I mean, there's like mild recoil, but I adjusted this one to calculate for that anyway.
I'm just, you've done it on such a bigger scale. Like, I've only managed it with this, and like Ouch will climb off my back and it'll like pop out the little cannon that's embedded in him.
What?
He's a homunculus, and he does a lot of the things that I need him to do that I can't really handle on my own. But he can like shoot things as well. Not quite as big or destructive as that, but
Well, where's the button to shoot it? He like climbs down and starts like poking at Ouch.
He doesn't really have any buttons on him. There's actually a lot of be careful inside. There's some stuff in there that probably isn't the safest to be pushing or putting your fingers into. Ouch, don't move.
Ouch, just still. Do any of you speak Giant? Okay. He turns back to Smalls and begins speaking in this guttural, very thickly accented language that none of you comprehend. Then looks back and goes, "Yeah, that's I mean, it's cool and all, but it can't shoot something that big." And he's very self-conscious because he has no idea what the fuck any of that. He can make something really big, really basic, but he can't do that. But anyways, yeah, good luck to you guys, I guess. Just climbs back up.
Someone with a big CRT TV gets shown a flat screen for the first time.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hope you guys do well. That was pretty impressive.
Mighty has a rival.
Oh no. That means Jimmy has a reoccurring character now.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Jimmy's probably more like Gary Oak, and I imagine Mighty being more like Ash Ketchum. Like, he thinks he's a rival, but come on.
Yeah, no, he's not. But anyways, you all continue moving forward over into the very large, ostentatious room. Getting into the front doors that are currently held open, you see many little spots and clusters of people, range from 2 to 12 people all over, and all of them seem fairly well equipped. I mean, fairly capable in their own rights. A few of them might even seem your caliber based off of your. And as you walk up the stairs and move inside, you see this grandiose hall that stretches on for about 120 feet, and it's at least 200-300 feet wide. A vast ballroom of sorts with these 2 staircases that lead up to a landing that crosses over the center of this area. On the staircase and on the standing are smaller groups of individuals that look more wilderness adjacent. All of them seem to have an immense amount of self-worth attached to their sights, and a few of them even seem to be judging all of you as you walk inside. To give you a quick description, you see to the far left is a very basic white woman with short shorts, a tank top, and these thick, heavy bugs attached to their feet. And bugs are this universe's version of Uggs, but without copyright. And she seems to have like this gigantic crossbow slung over her shoulder, looking down at everybody, and she has like this fur pelt, goat style chest piece that goes over top of her, as she's just staring at all of you, judging you so harshly. She starts at your feet and works her way. Standing beside her appears to be a half-elven man who looks very simple. He's wearing what appears to be like a farmer's outfit. He has a straw hat. He's currently chewing on something in his mouth, but you can't see it from this distance. And very, very simple clothing otherwise. However, he does have a large metallic object just strapped to his back. It's more rectangular, and it seems wrapped up heavily in cloth, but that's the only piece of equipment you see on him. And then there's a few groups of other individuals across the balcony. However, I would like the three new characters to describe what they look like as you are standing upon this balcony as well. We will begin with Amaryllis.
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 Well, she's a fairly slender, half-elven woman. She's got reddish brown hair, and she's wearing a purple dress, basically, somewhat like a gown. And she's standing about with a relaxed smile. Doesn't have very much in the ways of weaponry and stuff, at least not visible. She does have a short bow slung across her back, and is wearing a kind of studded leather armor that has sort of been interlaced with her dress, so it doesn't ruin the ensemble. Yeah.
And how are you looking down on everyone? Or maybe not looking down, but you are physically looking.
She's looking down on them as if assessing their valuables, but not openly though.
And standing beside her is this individual. Please describe what you look like, whoever you are.
See, a lizard folk looking individual, tan scales, easily 6'9", wearing what looks to be a poncho made of heavy woolen material with eyes emblazoned on it. He has a shield on his one hand and a sword at his side, and he seems to be intensely staring down every minute detail, and occasionally you see his eyes flicker to something that there's nothing there. What are you looking at? He definitely seems well built and well traveled.
And the last of this trio.
You see an individual who looks mostly human if it weren't for some small scales that are on his forehead, cheeks, neck, and possibly the rest of his body if his armor didn't cover that. He's got his hair, his dark brown hair, kind of like a ponytail, and he's looking down on your group like with a sort of realization about something, but also there is a deep annoyance as his eyes glance at the two next to him. On his back too, he does have a small little sling where there is a puppy got his paws on his shoulders and is kind of looking out as well.
every now and again you will see that individual turn and say something to the puppy and then keep. And
What
then,
kind of puppy is it?
ooh, roll a nature check. Northern
19.
direwolf.
Ooh.
Yeah. It has a thick gray-ish looking fur on the top of it that would allow it to blend into the snowy environment very well. However, this puppy's mouth seems moving oddly.
Oh no, we're in a DreamWorks movie.
So, as all of you are filtering in, Jimmy, of course, does not notice, but the other two do. That Mighty and Small are standing kind of off in the corner by themselves, and they keep glaring at Jimmy and talking to him.
You think everybody here is trying out?
It seems that way. Seems like, and I like a bit of competition, right, Dorson? But seems like some people here take it a little, or take themselves a little too seriously.
Oh, I don't want to have to beat everybody.
I know, like your friends, you Mighty Small's friends you made earlier. They seem to keep looking at you.
Well, hopefully we can all just win. That'd probably be the best outcome.
Ace, you look down at your raw knuckles.
Guys, he's still in high school, man. The world is a great place full of wonder and
You saw your
Unlimited.
friend die in front of you.
unlimited opportunity. Stop it.
And he brought one of the two back.
And he doesn't want the world to be like that. So, yeah.
Two gods, I think.
And they were both exactly as Jimmy imagined. So, that's, yeah.
While people continue filtering in, there is a dwarven man who starts like wandering down the stairs. He has a split coloration to his hair and beard. One half looks black with a lot of salt and pepper in it, and the other half is pink. So where it's black on the left, pink on the right in the beard, the hair on his head is opposite that. As he starts wandering through and begins holding a basket out to every single person in the room, you hear him very bombastically expressing, "Right, everybody, take just one ticket. Group. Right, thank you. Thank you. All right, that's good. Okay." He wanders over to your group, holds up his basket, and goes, "All right, you three are a trio, right?
Correct.
Right, take one."
Dorzen, you want to do the honors?
Taking a random piece of paper.
Yep.
Hey, good. And he keeps wandering through, handing it out to everybody else. Then he looks up at the stairs.
What's it say?
Yeah, I go up and just take one of the tickets.
Oh no, you guys are already in. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you guys are members already.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta
what's it
prove
say?
shit.
I look at the scrap of paper.
It says SAK. Sack.
We must. It's a mystery. We must find Goldman or the Fifth Avenue.
And everyone else in the room starts getting their papers, everything like that. And he looks up at the staircase where he kind of gives a thumbs up at the human farmer looking person and the basic, definitely drinks pumpkin spice looking.
Wow.
Oh yeah. As someone who loves pumpkin spice. Yeah. Then he wanders back up to the staircase. The human speaks up. Man. Alrighty, all of y'all. How you doing today?
I was not expecting that accent, but I don't know why.
We're doing pretty good. Jimmy calls. Is anybody answering him?
Nobody,
Or-
just you. He looks down and kind of gives a chuckle.
I'm sorry.
you-
Was that rhetorical?
It was, yeah, but it ain't a problem. You didn't disrupt the entire event at all.
Okay.
Oh, passive aggressive.
I'm gonna be quiet, Ace.
You're fine, Jimmy. Don't worry. You're fine. You've got this.
So, all of y'all are coming here today because you're interested in joining our Fantastic Slayers take, right? Well, first, allow me to make the introduction. That man over there who handed out all those pieces of paper, that's Hedge. He is my third in command. If I'm not here, they speak to him directly about most situations. If I am here, you still can speak to him directly about most situations, only leave the important shit for myself, because I don't feel like talking to many of y'all. Standing beside him, this is Iblis, or some people call her Lauren, depending on which circle you want to be inside of. The woman just glares at everybody equally.
That's the one with the crossbow.
Yes, the one with the bugs.
With the bugs, yeah.
She
Okay.
is my second in command. You never talk to her unless there is no other option. That is for your own safety, of course.
What did he mean by what circle you want to be in? Can I try to infer what he meant by the two different names?
Iblis
Sure.
and yeah.
Iblis and Lauren.
Otherwise,
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. Insight.
okay. Ooh, 12.
You're gonna have to ask her.
Gotcha.
And again, that is for your own safety. None of you talk to her about nothing. She will tell you what to do, and your only answer is, yes, ma'am. Oh, someone's tempting fate. Dorzen, what are the odds that you're actually going to ask her? Give me a number.
Let's. I was just normally curious, but considering how curious Dorson is normally, I'd say about at least 40%.
Okay, roll a d100.
Oh no.
I like the new tempt fate one. I like this one.
Yeah, thanks, Wyatt.
This is a good thing.
That's a 10.
Dorzen, ask right now.
Okay, well, what was the what were the two names again?
Iblis, Lauren.
Why is she called that?
All three of their attentions go down to you. The other trio, you all back away from those three by about 15 to 20 feet.
Uh-oh.
Just walking down and away. It depends how well you know her.
Do you know her, Dorzen?
Y'all call her Lauren. And if anybody asks you about Lauren, she's Lauren. If anyone asks you about Iblis, you just see her move the crossbow in front of her. You warn her.
Alright. Unfazed.
You seem to have drawn the attention of all of the Slayers to you and your group.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
You are now the center of attention. Iblis begins
Suddenly
walking down.
Suddenly it feels better in here.
Iblis begins walking across the platform over towards the tree. Alright, so y'all have pieces of paper. We've sectioned off and recruited a few groups of the Slayers who are going to be testing your might with a selected mission. Based off of which acronym you got, that is going to be the group that you are coming across. So, every person pair up with whichever group or individual is going to be in charge of you. And good luck. Siloren? Is that how you say that? Siloren? Siloren?
Slytherin, yes.
Siloren. Okay, I was thinking like Kylo Ren because of the face, but like
I understand your logic in that, but it's Slytherin.
good. That's a lot easier to pronounce. Siloren. Iblis, or sorry, Lauren, because you do not have permission to call her Iblis, walks behind you and whispers, "Hey, you remember that blue that we found out in the tundra? That's your new mission."
I just raised their difficulty rating. Good.
Do I get to choose who I want, who's coming along, or is it buy this damn tickets?
The tickets. But you do see her eyes glance down at the trio, the two that interrupted, and the third one who's basking in the attention. Almost as if he's a lizard sunbathing. And you're like,
Take offense to that.
fuck, that's who you got.
Wonderful.
No, actually,
yes.
How unfortunate. Slytherin does give a little smirk though, as he gets away.
He begins walking. And the trio, you look at your paper and you go, S-A-K, S-A-K. And you see those three individuals just walking down the pathway directly up. Feel free to make your introduction.
Greetings, good sirs. My name is Amaryllis von Pontifex, and I'm pleasured to make your acquaintance. These are my two loyal henchmen, Kuma and Slytherin.
Greetings and
I literally
salutations.
had
Nice to meet you all.
Likewise. We have gained the fortunate situation of being your, well, what shall we call it? Escorts?
We're your
Escorts.
proctors. We're here to help you and whatever. Mary, do you have to use that accent for this? I know you've got plenty
what?
others. You know that one grates on me.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Proctor.
What? Yes, so, proctors, that's a proper term, yes.
Preferred escorts, but yeah.
Well, we'll see where this goes then.
So, Mary and Kuma, because Lauren did not talk directly to you think that the mission that you are in charge of is tracking down a griffin in its den and killing it. A very easy task for the three of you, let alone three people who you know a little bit about.
All right, this
So-
should be simple and easy, so don't try to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Simple and easy, of course.
Slytherin, would you mind
by the way, if-
reiterating? Yes, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna ask you, new blood. You hail from Tal'Dorei, right?
No, actually, I'm from Vasselheim.
What's it to you?
But you came from Tal'Dorei.
I did, yeah.
And what's it to me? I'm just thinking of widening my perspective. I'm hoping to go there at some point. So, how about we help you out with this, and you help us out when we get there, just to get the sights in.
Oh yeah, Ace could take all of us actually. We've been there a lot. You should also check out Whitestone. Iman's pretty nice. But it's seen better days.
What about the shit? So I'm trying to remember now the name for the Aoshari, the Vesra's water, Pyra's
Zephyra.
fire.
Zephyra? Zephyra is
Zephyra,
air.
thank you. What about Zephyra or Terra?
I haven't
I
been to
learned
those
about the
places.
Ashari, didn't I?
You interacted with the Terra specifically. They
I
were
know
the
that.
ones who are moving into the Ivory Heart.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we also did know the archaeologist party member who was a part of the Zephyr, I think.
that one guy
Dorzin never heard about that because you learned it
That's
before.
fair. Yeah. That was
Krissa.
old guard. Yeah.
Well, yes. As Sylvan here was saying, we've been considering taking a tour outside of Vasselheim. Grown a bit weary of the city, as it were.
Ah, yes, I am actually on a world tour myself. And he points to his
Oh.
shield.
Sylvan kind of gives Mary a look. Weary is an interesting way you put that, but yeah.
It's true, though.
But before any of that, we're going to have to make sure you don't fuck up a simple mission like this.
Oh, and before you freak out about it here, this is a pup. And Sylvan kind of reaches around, pulls up by the scruff, the puppy, and holds it out in front.
Wait, is it a female or a male?
It is a female.
Hi! 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 How are you? The puppy begins talking common.
So Dorzin gets like up to its face. Are
It
you a
licks
fae?
your face.
Well, Sylvan, you have to give proper introductions. It's not. He's not. pup
Can I do
anymore.
it? Can I do 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 it? Can I
Yes,
do it?
of course.
Can I do it? Can I do
Yes,
it?
yes.
Can I do it?
Yes, do it.
You put her down.
So yeah, Sylvan will. He won't set her down per se. He'll like hover like maybe a foot above the floor and then drop.
And she leaps. She goes to each of you, begins walking around sniffing at you, and sniffs each of your asses.
I'm too tall for that dog.
She will leap up. However, as she is doing this, she looks and goes, "Hi, I am Sir Superfang the Amazing."
Sir,
Why am I not
Super
surprised?
Fang?
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Just call her Pup or Fang or something. It's-
Sir Superfang the Amazing.
Yes, Superfang. I mean, Sir Superfang the Amazing. I insist that you should at all times be called by your real name, your full name. I mean.
Did I ever mention how much I hate you two sometimes?
I'm a noble.
Oh yes.
Pleasure to meet you, Sir Superfang the Amazing.
You too. You stink like sweat.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Jimmy's gonna try to just pet the dog like as much as possible.
Oh, she is 100 for it. Just, oh, yes, yes. Oh, bellies. Get the bellies. Oh, that's the good spot. I like these people. Can we keep them?
Does she belong to all of you guys?
She doesn't belong to anyone.
Are we keeping the
I would just
people?
take. Yes, we're
Yes.
going to keep the people for now.
I've adopted you. I have more servants.
It's called a pack.
Is she a fae?
I am
No.
real.
It's called a dog, I believe.
It's called a wolf.
Well,
How do you talk? I'm like rubbing around its neck and like looking for like little devices and like
Oh, that's
Um,
because my bestest friend in the whole wide world decided he wanted me to talk. Looks
No.
over at Siren.
No.
My bestest friend in the whole
Seeing-
wide world.
No.
seeing the puppy look at Siren, I just like look down. Who's that?
That's him. He let
And-
me talk.
It was a side effect. Nothing more. Don't look into it that deeply.
He's He's your puck to your guts.
She.
She's puck to your guts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I wouldn't say just
kind
a
of
side effect. It's
amazing.
a stroke
like
of luck,
these.
I'd say.
I like these new people. I'm glad I adopted you.
Yes.
Huh?
All right,
well,
let's.
It starts sniffing you particularly, Dorzen, and sniffing your bag. Eat. You have.
I just gave you some jerky 5 minutes ago,
I'm
and Kuma gave you that.
growing.
It's true. And this
Yes,
is,
you're going wider because
we
you're
should
eating
make
so
this
much.
into like a proper meet and greet.
That is amazing. You know, did you guys ever hear about fat? They told me I can get fat.
Yep.
That's when you eat too much. It's great, right?
That's true.
You should try to be
Doesn't-
fat too.
He doesn't seem that smart, Dorzen.
I am very smart. 2 + 2 is 4.
How old is this dog?
Actually, math-wise, let's say, what would you say, Jared? Like maybe a
Year?
month or two?
Oh, I
A
mean,
year?
its total age maybe like almost a year, but it's been
Okay.
awakened for.
Yeah.
I started learning numbers last week.
Uh-huh.
Well, now that we know you all and you Superfang, I'm Jimmy. James Tiltover.
Don't be shy, Jimmy. Introduce Ouch.
It's a well, Ouch is just a thing, but he like points to his back and Ouch like climbs down and just sits right beside him. Doesn't do anything, doesn't move, just sits there.
Wait, where have I heard that name before?
Are you from Vasselheim?
No, but I've been in Vasselheim long enough that probably there was a name or two that.
Maybe
maybe.
some. Oh.
The only people who really know are the people who are from here or who were
Oh, okay.
here, what, 5 years ago? Total?
Like year and a half, 2 years.
Because you were
Okay.
2 years
2
in
years.
Taldore, and you
Yeah.
started with the party on a downtime of a year with Mitch. So it's been at least 3 years.
There was 6 months where I'd initially came over, then all the time spent with the group, and then the 1 year of downtime. So yeah, maybe like 3 years.
So it's been like 3
Oh, yeah,
years.
so-
Have you been in
2.5, three.
Vasselheim for 3 years?
Yeah, I think Scyllin would have been in Vasselheim only like 2 years max, so
So no idea.
it would have been unlikely.
However,
Probably
the other
when
two.
someone stubbed their toe, you heard the name.
I mean, Kuma, not that long, but his background is a bounty hunter, so.
Oh, roll history.
Uh-oh.
Don't
So
worry.
he's about to have to flatten a lizard.
There was a bounty on that name for 2,000 gold.
What the hell did you do?
Commissioned about 3 years ago or so. However, sometime in the last year and a half, that bounty has been redacted completely as the person who put it out there mysteriously died.
Dorzen, he didn't
Oh,
say
thanks.
dead or alive. It could be an alive bounty.
Somewhere in
I guess we
between.
have to thank Mitch now.
I remember where I heard that name before.
Oh,
Are you from Vasselheim?
No, but there used to be a bounty on your head.
Bounty? Did they really put a bounty on me?
Yeah, but it's not out anymore, so you got lucky there.
It's
Thank
fine
you.
and Dandy, so bridge. Water under the bridge. Bridge under the water now. Badly constructed bridge.
Jero, I wasn't aware of a bounty on me.
Oh.
Was I?
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you got the fuck out.
Yeah, okay.
You went to Mexico.
by the way, follow me. Let's go get a table so we can get, I guess, more food for you. He looks at the direwolf, as well as kind of so we can go over what the objective here is. Oh, and by the way, it's not a griffin,
You
so
met my friend Ace.
Yes, a Stormrider World Tour. I'm sure if you haven't heard about me, you will. Shortly.
I think I have. I've heard rumors.
Mary 100% had.
I look to Kuma, the one who heard of Jimmy.
Mm.
Does he anything at the mention of Ace?
Would Kuma even bother knowing about Ace, considering his background?
Are you a fanboy?
No.
Do you frequent taverns out on the road all the time?
Fairly often
Yes.
going from town
Then
to town.
you would know about Ace because he probably played at one of those taverns, teleporting around everywhere, just getting his name spread. So Mary and
I've-
Kuma would both easily know him.
Yeah, I
mean-
know about him.
Yeah, I figured Sylvan would also know just because he likes to keep an eye out for world news, and the fact that Ace probably just set up like a whole story and stuff for their recent adventure kind of got word of that.
Published yet.
Not published as the play, but you know the whole rumors, and then it starts to exaggerate the more it spreads.
However, Mary and Kuma, you both did hear Siren say, "You're not going after the Griffin anymore."
So what exactly are we doing, Sylvan? You got the... Well...
You're gonna want to sit down for this, but you can thank this guy, and Sylvan will walk past toward the table while patting Dorzan on the shoulder.
Yes, I am Dorzen, thank you.
Right.
No, Dorzan, you say you're welcome when somebody is thanking you.
Oh, I know, he's being sarcastic.
Oh, and so are you. Okay.
Just pull out a piece of jerky and toss it to Sir Superfang the Amazing.
Sir
Beefily
Superfang.
takes it. Oh, I'm gonna be so bad.
That one's a bear. Bear jerky.
Yeah, she likes it.
From Kuma.
I just realized that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well.
You all begin traveling. You're only allowed to let the trio, the initiates, into the main floor. They are not allowed upstairs in the further out reaches or hallways, or where any of the other Slayers' equipment would be. All of that is off limits to them. So there is a dining hall, a mess hall for you all to sit at, or you can go outside to one of the pavilions placed out there. But notably, as you all kind of like begin looking around the estate, you see maybe a dozen or so very notable corpses of beasts and monstrosities and dragons and things like that. Like, these are the things they put on display for the public side. Pretty
And also
impressive.
Sylvan as he's walking and stuff, and he with his perception he would know when the others are following. He gives the the standard like spiel, like as if like a tour guide, but they've been there for so long that they know it like by heart, and it just kind of comes out monotone, kind of like that.
Are the corpses of the monsters, are they like taxidermy, or are they just kind of like splayed out and rotting and drying?
No, they're taxidermy.
Okay, just
Yeah,
making sure.
no. They have hygiene. However, you do see the flat head of a green dragon, and the head is about the size of 2.5, 3 Konaroths, by your estimate.
Ooh.
By the way, if you find any with bite marks on it, that's the one. Courtesy of Kuma there.
Right.
Oh, Kuma is such a good killer. Oh, you should see them. Like, when they go to attack people, they stalk and they creep, and oh my god, you should see. It's so much fun. I sometimes play along, too. I like killing them, too. I caught a
Yeah, you
rabbit
kill-
yesterday.
Who was going to watch them, but but using the one item, just like see what the reaction is.
Mariel's just walking behind a little bit, trying not to look too embarrassed.
as you all make it over to the mess hall, sit down and start chatting, you get your food. You bring over a giant plate of meat, some raw, some cooked, that Sir Superfang the Amazing is going to partake in.
So, what do we need to discuss about? We're like hunting a thing, and then we
You're hunting a creature, yes.
and we
And
and
we're
we,
the ones helping.
and then we are like allowed to be a part of the club. And he's like looking at doors in, like trying to connect the dots. Like, what are we
Yes,
doing?
that's the summary of it. Whether you're doing it for gold or whatever else.
Yes.
Why are you doing it anyways? Because I mean, given what you're coming here for, you might just get killed for what we're about to go after.
That's our business.
Wait, aren't you guys here so we don't die? Like that's the like if you're proctoring.
Well, we're here
proctoring, right?
to help you not die, and if you do die, we're the ones who come back and say, "Hey, those guys died."
Usually with all of their equipment, so you can resell it and keep.
Ah,
No,
So you
Scylla
keep-
doesn't mention that.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
That was Sir Superfang.
Yeah, so Superflame. So that we can also loot your dead bodies as well, so that we can keep operations normal here. I overheard the other day that they actually use this as a way to make a lot of money to be able to make sure that everybody stays paid here. Isn't that great? Like recycling.
I've never heard of that.
Hey,
Yeah, but I'm more interested in. So your job is to tell the stories and to pass on the stories if people don't make it. Is that right?
no, I leave that to Mary there.
Well, yes, of course we do. We do tell stories of the brave exploits of the newly deceased adventurers.
Okay, I was just perfect. I was just confused because Silverin said that they came back and told that we died. So I'm. But you are the actual. You sound much more eloquent. And
Thank
Mary,
you. I appreciate.
here's a copy of my current book if you wish to peruse it. And if anything should happen, you can.
Ace, how
make
much
sure-
gold did you spend on copies of your book?
About 1,000.
Jesus.
You have, what is that? About 10 gold a book.
Yep.
100 copies.
So I'm down to 97.
This isn't even the published version. This is still the draft.
It's Ace. Dude, do you not realize how much gold y'all have right now?
I know.
It's
I'm
either
aware.
that or put a down payment on an airship. What you gonna do?
I mean, if you're Jim, you buy an airship.
Airship. Definitely the
Yeah,
airship.
airship. Freaking. If we
Can
buy
we
an
put-
airship, can Dorzen's boat expertise go to piloting it?
Well, look at that, Mary. You're eloquent, apparently.
Well,
And Scylla smirks as he remembers like the other kind of like Kuma, it's like Texan or redneck sort of accents you've done in the past.
Well, thank you very much. And yes, you may call me Mary, I suppose. I prefer going by the full Amaryllis, but
Well, then
you mean
Amaryllis
your-
it shall be.
You
So
mean your long name that doesn't make any sense.
of course it makes sense, Silverin. I
Amaryllis
just,
Pontifex. Yes.
Yes, Fon Pontifex.
Von Pontifex. Yeah.
Yes.
Children, I know the original task was going to be just dragging a griffin to its lair and killing it there, but based on the fact that you said it's not the case, I'm guessing this one, points to Dorsen, did something to annoy Lauren, didn't he?
Yes, you were
Oh yeah, I
there.
pointed out her names.
Exactly. and
Unfortunately, quite obvious, yes.
it looks like we're stuck. Well, Kuma, I think you're excited because we get to hunt that the blue one now.
Hell yes!
Blue. Oh no.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say it's a dragon.
Oh, whatever would it give you that idea? No, it's a
You'll
blue
have to
bunny,
excuse
of
Silverin
course.
here. He's usually in this sour mood.
We're-
Well, I know
You'll
I'm
get used
the
to it
one in the
eventually.
group. It's weird seeing it on the other side.
So we're not fighting a griffin, and we're fighting something blue.
Actually, quick clarification, Jero. It is a blue dragon, correct?
The information you have on it is yesterday someone came through and gave a work order to kill a flying creature that was blue, a little north of Vasselheim, towards a couple of villages out there. They say that it's probably a blue dragon, but there's no guarantee it's a blue dragon. It could be something else.
There's no
information.
guarantee.
It
It's a blue
flies.
dragon.
And it's blue.
We're going
it's a blue
by
dragonfly.
We're going off by what some normal people saw. So for all we know, it could have been some blue bird that was in the sky to the north.
Like a blue jay.
Yeah, they have confused that sort of shit before.
Oh, okay.
That being said,
Not so
if it
bad.
is more as dangerous as I would think it is, what are your skill sets so we can be properly prepared?
I can create things, and I'm pretty good with this. And he holds up a firearm that looks kind of like a flintlock pistol, but it has a magic wand attached to it on the top for whatever reason.
I see.
And
What
I
about
have
you two?
my friend too, and ouch, is still just like inert.
So you're like that ogre and gnome outside then. The one I wanted to punt down the stairs earlier.
You too.
You wanted to punt the ogre down the stairs?
That's sort of their modus operandi when I'm not around.
Ah, gotcha.
I mean, I know
we
I
haven't. Mary, that was a year ago, and we were told not to do it again.
Well, yes.
Gnome punting
And
is a
I
very
kept
well
you from doing
celebrated
it
sport
again.
in Vasselheim.
Well, Chris would love it
Punting.
here. Oh, so many books. Oh, hey, look what's over there. Yeah, just keep looking that way. Stay there, and
Grog
No,
still
if anything, I could
holds the
see-
high score.
I could see Dorzen cheating with Chris on that one. Like he would punt her, and then she'd cast Fly on herself.
Well, Grog Strongjaw still has the highest score for gnome punting when he punted Scanlan, who then flew about 2.5 miles.
Anyways, all right. So I can infer he's an artificer, right, Jimmy?
Vasselheim does not really have an artificer presence to that degree. You've been here long enough. Roll a Arcana
He's the
check.
building wizard.
Can I? Well, I guess I wouldn't be nature. Ah,
I mean, tinkerer maybe. It's very common that people get into the Slayer's take being like, we're gonna be adventurers, and really they're not suited for it. So you think maybe a tinkerer? Maybe.
so you're a tinkerer or you're a wizard or something. All right, you two. Who wants to go first? He gestures the ace and Dorzen.
You mean what do I use in adventures to help keep us alive?
What-
Is that
what-
where it was?
What is your
Well,
role?
I think we've
if
all
we
heard
were-
of Ace Stormrider, the amazing.
course.
Right? He doesn't need any more clarification or introduction, does he?
Well, I think
Ace will.
if anything, I'm fairly sure this one's a fraud then, because the Ace Stormrider I heard about travels with a centaur, a gnome, a dwarf that invents turrets or something like that. That's Jimmy, by the way. As well as a half giant werewolf or something.
You can read about it all in this book, and he pulls out a copy. It's only 10 gold.
And there's,
Would you like
I'll
to
take
purchase?
paid
You already have the
10 gold?
copy. You already have the copy. I gave you a copy.
Got a free one, man.
Oh yeah. Ooh. I thought this was another like a pamphlet or something.
Not to mention, there's that apparently that merciful cleric of Serenray that has become the new head of the church, as well as the their gnomish archmage.
Yeah, let me.
Wait a minute.
So
What?
you have heard many things, and that is true. But like many stories and adventures, things move on and pass, and sometimes new friends come into people's lives, and sometimes people have to go on their own adventures. Have you been with these other two your whole life, adventuring with them?
My whole life,
No,
thank the
I
gods,
assume.
no.
And
It's been about
did
2
you
years now, I believe.
2 years? Yeah. And did you adventure Silren with anyone else prior to meeting them?
Well, we had another bard at one point. Remember him, Mary?
No.
Jeffrey.
So, yeah,
Unfortunately,
so
he passed away when we went to go kill a dragon, and well, he had the bright idea to try to seduce it.
right. So are you saying that you are a fraud because you are not real because you had someone else with the party that's no longer there?
It's a fair point, Silverin.
Well, I mean, you can tell if I'm real once you feel a boot up your ass.
Fantastic. Challenge accepted. I look forward to this.
What about you, big guy? Pointing at Dorsen. What can you do?
I get in close and I kill things.
I think we'll get along just fine.
Well, I'd like to lighten the mood a little bit. Why don't we get some proper drinks here? And I mean, we don't always need to be so grim and dark, do we?
Mary, you know we're not supposed to drink before the job.
No, I brought us over here specifically to get some drinks because it looks like we might be going after a blue dragon.
Eh, not that tough.
Right.
Yes, and I agree. Lightening the mood would be good. And Ace pulls out his flute and begins to play a little number.
You begin tooting your horn very for everybody.
I'll join him on my lute.
Oh, we have a
Ooh,
toot and a
fantastic.
whistle.
Oh, we have another one.
As you all begin playing and drinking yourselves either into a coma or a state of acceptance or just for another day, I think this is where we'll take our break. Right back.